Hello, I Professor B.S. Deshmukh, lecturer from Mechanical Engineering Department of MUP's Rajarshi Shahu Maharaj Polytechnic, Nasik. Today, we have to discuss on the classification of boiler. We know that boiler is nothing but the device which can convert the water into steam form. Steam is nothing but the vapor form of the water. Today we have to discuss on the classification of boiler. Now, first classification is based on the according to the content in the tube. There are two types. First one, fire tube boiler, and second one, water tube boiler. Fire tube boiler means flame and hot gases passes through the tubes which are surrounded by the water. And in water tube boiler, water is contained inside the tubes which are surrounded by flames and hot gases. Second classification is according to the position of the furnace. There are two types of boiler. First one is a internally fired boiler and second one is a externally fired boiler. Internally fired boiler means in this boiler furnace is located inside the boiler shell, and in externally fired boiler the furnace is arranged underneath a brickwork setting. Third classification is according to the axis of the shell. There are two types in this classification. First is vertical boiler and second one is a horizontal boiler. Vertical boiler means in that type axis of shell is vertical, due to that type boiler is known as a vertical boiler, and in horizontal boiler axis of shell is horizontal, due to that type of a boiler is known as a horizontal boiler. Fourth one is according to the applications. This is the one of the main types of the boilers. In this type, first one is a utility boilers and second one is a industrial boiler. Utility boiler means large capacity steam generators used purely for electrical power generation. And second one, industrial boilers. These are the small capacity boilers intended for use in the process industries. Now we have to discuss on the selection of a steam boiler. The selection of type and size of steam boilers depend on the various factors. These factors are: first one, the power required and the working pressure. Second one, the rate at which steam is to be generated. Third one, the graphical position of the powerhouse. Fourth, the fuel and water availability, means the which type of fuel you can be used for working of the boiler. This is the main factor because there are number of fuels used for the steam generation in a boiler. Next one, the probable permanency of the station, and last one is the probable load factor. These are the various factors is to be considered while selection of a steam boiler. Now we have to see the important terms for steam boilers. There are four important terms in boilers. First one is a boiler shell, second one combustion chamber, fourth grate, and last one is a furnace. Boiler shell means it is made up of steel plates bent into cylindrical form and riveted or welded together. The ends of the shell are closed by means of end plates. A boiler shell should have sufficient capacity to contain water and steam. Next terms is combustion chamber. Combustion chamber, it is the space generally below the boiler shell meant for burning fuel in order to produce steam from the water contains in the shell. Fourth one is the grate. It is a platform in the combustion chamber upon which fuel means coal or the wood, is to be burned. The grate generally consists of cast iron bars which are spaced apart so that the air required for the combustion can pass through them. The surface area of the grate over which the fire takes place is called as a grate surface. Grate surface means the surface area of the grate over which the fire takes place. Last terms is a furnace. Furnace, it is the space above the grate and below the boiler shell in which the fuel actually burned. The furnace is also called as a firebox. Thank you.